back to another video. My name is Chloe. In today's video, I'm going to be going through all of Dan and I's upcoming plans for our Disney trip that we're going on this Thursday, the 14th. This trip is for our 5th wedding anniversary, and I honestly can't believe it's already been 5 years. We are super excited to be spending our anniversary in Disney World. Usually for our anniversaries, instead of getting each other a gift, we always like to just do a trip. Our honeymoon, we did Hawaii, and we went to Maui and Oahu. Of course, we stayed at Aulani when we were in Oahu. And for our first anniversary, we did go to Disney World and we stayed at Wilderness Lodge. That trip ended up being amazing because we got into club level. It was awesome. Our second anniversary went to Aruba, and our third anniversary we were supposed to go to Portland, Maine, but because of COVID we ended up delaying it until October. And then last year we didn't do an anniversary trip because we had our big family trip in August for my 30th birthday. So we kind of did Disney for our anniversary, but kind of not. So this year we're excited to go again to Disney World for our 5th anniversary, and I'm excited to tell you all the plans. So let's just jump right in and get to all the fun details. So like I mentioned, we are leaving on July 14th. We are flying with JetBlue, which usually I don't like to fly with JetBlue because if you know me at all, you know that I like to add days to Disney trips, and Southwest is the best for doing that because they don't charge you a change fee, and a lot of times the flights are about the same price, so it's not a hard thing to do. But Southwest was kind of expensive this time and JetBlue just made more sense, so that's what we're going with. And so we are flying out of Buffalo. Our flight leaves at 8:40 in the morning, so it will be an earlier morning, but not too early that we have to get up like in the middle of the night to get ready and go. It is straight through, thankfully, and hopefully with all the flight cancellations and craziness that's been going on, we make it to Disney around the time we're supposed to, which is around 11:40 a.m. We're not renting a car this trip. Rental cars are so expensive right now. I think when I quoted it for the whole week, it was gonna be like $900, and that's just way too much money for a rental car, considering a lot of times we do like to drink in the parks. So we always Uber if we're planning on drinking, so to pay for Ubers on top of a $900 rental car just doesn't make sense. So the plan is to take an Uber from Orlando Airport to our first resort, which is Wilderness Lodge. We are so excited to be staying at Wilderness Lodge again. It is Dan's favorite resort. It's probably like top 2 or 3 for me. Polynesian and Riviera are pretty close in that top 3, so I love Wilderness Lodge though, and I'm excited to stay there again. And I'm sure our room probably won't be ready as soon as we get there, so the plan is for us to head to Geyser Point and have a delicious lunch because we love Geyser Point. It's just one of our favorite places in Disney, and so we'll have lunch there. And then I'm hoping the room will be ready because I do want to change before we go to Hollywood Studios, and we're going to Hollywood Studios that first day. I am planning on getting Genie Plus when I wake up in the morning at home. So my hope is to basically stack a bunch of lightning lanes for when we get to the park later in the day. My goal really for that day is just to kind of do Toy Story Land because I'm doing a Bo Peep Disney bound. So we'll probably try to do like Slinky Dog, Toy Story Mania, maybe early Alien Swirling Saucers, and then of course I have to do Tower of Terror because if I'm going to Hollywood Studios, that's just like a must. And with Lightning Lane, you can only get one per day, and I do not wait in line for Tower of Terror, so that will be the plan for that day. We will not be getting a Rise of Resistance Lightning Lane, I think, either of our Hollywood Studios days. We've done the ride enough. We're not rope droppers, so it's just not going to be in the cards for us, but that's okay. We'll do it another time. I also just did it in April, so I'm good. We'll probably grab a light dinner at some point from Baseline Tap House. And I mean light dinner, I mean like basically a cheese board. And we always stop at Baseline Tap House. It's another one of our favorite places. And then after we're done at Hollywood Studios, we're gonna go directly to the Contemporary to have dinner at Steakhouse 71. We've never eaten at Steakhouse 71, and well, I had breakfast there in April, but neither of us have done dinner, so we're excited to try it out. I've heard really good things about the crab cakes, and hopefully it's a great dinner because it's always nice when you find a new restaurant that you really enjoy. The only thing I'm really bummed about is the fact that Contemporary and Wilderness Lodge have not brought back their boat from one to the other, so we'll either take an Uber back or we might just walk over to Magic Kingdom and hop on a boat back to Wilderness Lodge there. We'll see how we're feeling after our first day. Our second day, which is the 15th, we are going to Magic Kingdom. We are starting off our day with breakfast at Cinderella's Royal Table. The last time Dan and I did Cinderella's Royal Table for breakfast was in December of 2019, which I have never posted the vlogs from that trip. If you guys are still interested in seeing those vlogs, maybe I'll edit them and just post them and you can watch them or not watch them. To me, it's almost like it's weird to watch pre-pandemic things, but I kind of want the memories out there, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, we're gonna go to Cinderella's Royal Table for breakfast, and I'm really excited about doing that. I'll probably get a mimosa or some sort of like fancy drink. And the plan for that day, we'll just kind of get on whatever rides we can. I assume we'll probably do Genie Plus because I always want to do like Space Mountain and all those fun rides. So we'll see how that goes. And then after we're done at Magic Kingdom, we'll head back to Wilderness Lodge to get changed. And then we're heading back to the Contemporary for dinner at California Grill, which we have not done the set price menu at California Grill yet. The last time we ate there was in August of 2021. And they were still just doing like the order what you want menu. So I'm interested to try it, but I am kind of bummed that like they don't have the goat cheese ravioli on the set price menu. Like I don't mind paying a set price, but also I kind of want to get what I want to get because I love certain things at California Grill, but maybe it'll force me to try something new, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm excited to have dinner there, and I'm pretty sure I booked dinner around the time that they're doing Enchantment, so we'll be able to watch the fireworks from up there. We have not watched Enchantment from California Grill yet, so that'll be cool to see. And then the next day, the 16th, is kind of a rest day, so we're starting off our morning with breakfast at Whispering Canyon Cafe, which is at Wilderness Lodge, so it's not like a lift to get there or anything. And so we'll have breakfast there. Most likely we'll hit up the pool, but it is summertime, so depending on the weather, we'll just figure out what we're gonna do, chill in the room, go to Geyser Point, go to the pool, whatever we wanna do. And then that night, my plan is for, well, that morning, I'm gonna wake up and buy a individual lightning lane for Cosmic Rewind. We have not ridden Cosmic Rewind yet. We tried to go for previews, but it just didn't work out. And so I'm excited to finally get to ride that. So that's our plan for the evening, go to Epcot, ride Cosmic Rewind, and then we have dinner plans at Space 220 after in the lounge. Depending on how we're feeling after Cosmic Rewind, that may happen, it may not happen. But if it does happen, we're planning on just getting a couple appetizers to share and some drinks and kind of just having a chill evening in Epcot. It's definitely not going to be like a crazy run around, get a lot of rides done night. We'll have a day later in the trip to do the rides. This evening will kind of just be still resting, but just being in Epcot. The next day is the 17th, and we are going to Animal Kingdom that day, which I love Animal Kingdom. And we don't have any crazy plans for that day. We'll definitely be getting the Genie Plus for the rides. We have not decided if we're going to do an individual attraction for Flight of Passage. It does make Dan sick at times, so probably depending on how Cosmic Rewind went the night before, we'll make a game day decision on Flight of Passage the next day. But the plan will be to go do the rides, possibly stop by Nomad Lounge. We haven't been to Nomad Lounge in a really long time, and I feel like it's a good place to like sit down and cool off. Definitely gonna have lunch at Satuli Canteen, and then whenever we're done with all the rides and ready to leave, we'll head out of the park. And we'll head back to Wilderness Lodge to get changed for dinner at Artist Point, which is also at Wilderness Lodge. That is the storybook dining with Snow White and friends. So you have Snow White, Dopey, Grumpy, and the Evil Queen. It's probably one of my favorite character dining meals. I do enjoy the food. I like the food's brought to you instead of going to a buffet. Character interaction's usually pretty good, and being at Wilderness Lodge, we don't have to like travel to get to the dinner. It's a perfect fit. So we're happy that we're going to be able to do that dinner again. And then the next morning is the 18th. And unfortunately, we're already checking out of Wilderness Lodge. We're doing 4 and 4 on this trip. So for the first 4 nights, we're at Wilderness Lodge. So we'll be checking out that morning. Hopefully we can get everything packed up pretty easily, and we'll have Bell Services transfer our luggage over to our new resort, which is Port Orleans Riverside. And once we have everything packed up and set with Bell Services, we're going to head to Hollywood Studios again. And this day is definitely going to be more like Star Wars centered. Probably still not doing Rise of Resistance, but we'll try to do like Smugglers. We haven't done that in a while. We have an Oga's Cantina reservation. I want to eat lunch at Docking Bay 7. We haven't eaten there in so long. So it should be a really fun day. And of course, probably Tower of Terror, whatever else we can get on with Genie Plus. And I'm just excited. That should be a fun day in Hollywood Studios. And then that night we'll head to Port Orleans Riverside to check into our room. Hopefully our room will be ready by the time we're done at Hollywood Studios. And when we get to Port Orleans Riverside, we'll do a quick change, and then we're gonna hop on the riverboat on the Sassagoula River and head over to Disney Springs and have dinner at STK for the very first time. Dan has been asking to eat here for many years, and it's finally worked out that we can finally eat there. Should be really good. I've heard good things about it. I'm looking forward to trying the oysters, and Dan has like a steak already picked out that he wants to get, so it should be a really good meal. I'm sure we'll probably also do some shopping while we're there, so Disney Springs is always a fun night, and it's always nice too when you can take the boat there from Port Orleans Riverside. And then the next day is the 19th, which is going to be another rest day. We don't really have any full rest days because to me, having nothing to do on a whole day is just too boring. We're in Disney, we have to do something. That's just how I feel. So I just try to make the rest days more low-key than a normal park day. So for that day, we are, like I said, doing a rest day. So we're just gonna have like breakfast or lunch at the Port Orleans Riverside quick service, depending on what time we get down to that area to eat. And then we'll go to the pool, depending on the weather, just hang out at the resort and really enjoy Port Orleans Riverside. That was the first nicer resort that Dan and I ever stayed at together, and so it does have a special place in our hearts. So we're excited to be staying there again. We did have one night at the end of our November trip, but one night is just not enough at Port Orleans Riverside. So around like middle of the day, we'll head back to the room and get ready. We're going to Magic Kingdom that night for the fireworks dessert party. I do plan on taking a minivan if we can get one. If you did not know, if you take a lift to Magic Kingdom, it drops you off at the transportation center, which is fine if you don't mind the hoopla of taking the monorail or the ferry. Personally, I prefer to kind of bypass all that. So the minivan will drop you off where the buses drop you off at Magic Kingdom. So that's why I want to do a minivan. Plus we haven't done it since they've been brought back. So I'm excited to try one out again. And so we'll go to the Magic Kingdom for the dessert party. No Genie Plus this night. I think we'll probably just do, if we do any rides that night, it'll be like People Mover and Carousel of Progress. And of course the dessert party. We are doing the Tomorrowland Terrace version where you get like a table and you can sit. It's kind of like off to the side. I'm excited to try this one because we've done the Plaza in the past. And for me, it was too stressful thinking, oh my God, we need to rush through our food to go pick out our spot because the spots are gonna fill up and we're gonna get a bad spot behind a bush. It just, for my anxiety, it doesn't work well. And even the before one, like then you gotta go travel through all the people to get back to the food after. So this one will be in one place the whole time. We'll be able to sit at our seats. There's a bathroom if Dan needs to go to the bathroom, if I need to go to the bathroom. Like it should just be perfect and I'm excited to try it out. The next day is the 20th and we will be going to Epcot pretty much that whole day. It will be a longer day in Epcot, but I think we'll be okay. We'll probably hit up all the rides. Our plan is to do some food and wine booths. Even though there's not much new from previous years, I'm sure we'll find a couple things to try out. And then that night for dinner, we are eating at La Hacienda San Angel, I think. The one that's on the water. Funny story, I actually booked, I thought I was booking the one inside the pyramid and I wasn't paying attention when I was doing our dining reservations and I booked the one that's on the water. It wasn't until I saw a TikTok that someone was like, if you eat at the one on the water during Harmonious, you can watch Harmonious through the windows. And I was like, oh, that's such a great idea. Like, me and Dan should do that on a future trip. Well, we already had that booked. So that's what we're just gonna go with. Maybe it was meant to be that it worked out that way and we're not eating at the one inside the pyramid. And we'll eat at that one on a future trip. It's not that big of a deal. And then the next day is our anniversary. So the 21st is Dan and I's 5th anniversary and we're not gonna do a whole day in a park. We're just gonna go to Magic Kingdom just because I wanna get a couple pictures and like, I have like a white dress, which it's nothing fancy, but I thought it'd be cute to get some pictures in the Magic Kingdom in the dress. We'll probably do Space Mountain or something. I'll probably get Genie Plus just to get a couple rides in, but we'll see. We're gonna start that day off with breakfast at Steakhouse 71. Dan has not done breakfast there, but he has done the Wave before, which is pretty much the same thing for breakfast. That didn't really change that much for Steakhouse 71. So we'll start with breakfast there and then we'll head over to Magic Kingdom. And like I said, just to get some pictures. And we did go to Magic Kingdom on our 1st anniversary. We did a whole like night. We did California Grill and then we did an after hours party in Magic Kingdom that night. So I think it'll be nice to have like the 1st anniversary and then the 5th anniversary in the Magic Kingdom. So that is my plan for that afternoon. And then once we're done at Magic Kingdom, we're gonna head back to the resort to get changed and freshened up. And we're gonna go to Flying Fish at Boardwalk for our anniversary dinner. Dan and I ate there in September of 2019 and it was my favorite steak of the whole trip. And that trip we ate at like 3 or 4 of like the nicer steak restaurants in Disney World. So hopefully the food is just as good as it was before. I've heard good things lately that it's still an amazing meal. So I'm excited for that dinner at Flying Fish. And then the next day, unfortunately, we are heading home on the 22nd. Our flight's at like 3 p.m. I think. I did sign up for Mirrors Connect to get us to the airport that day. I really wanted to try it out because my clients have been using it and it's the first time that I really had an opportunity to use it myself. We always liked taking an Uber to our resort and then being picked up by Magical Express back to the airport. It just kind of always worked out for our plans. The last day we didn't mind waiting a little bit longer. And so that's kind of why we're doing the Mirrors Connect back to the airport instead of to the hotel. I'm just too impatient for that. So it'll be nice to check it out and see if we like it, if it's worth the $32 for the two of us. It should be cheaper than an Uber, but we'll have to see if we like it, if the bus shows up on time, because there are issues at times with that bus, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, those are our plans for our upcoming Disney trip. I'm so excited to go on the trip. Make sure you're following us on Instagram because we post a lot of stories all day long, or maybe don't follow us if you don't want to see all of our stories. We post a lot of stories all day long on our Disney trips on Instagram, TikTok. We've been pretty active over there as well. And then of course, if you could just subscribe here, you can catch all of the updates and all of the vlogs from our upcoming trip. And thank you guys so much for watching. And let me know down below what you would be most looking forward to on our trip, or what you have upcoming on your trip. I always like to hear what people have planned for their Disney trips. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!